Hey everyone, I'm going to get started with talking about some books that are for our younger kiddos that are maybe just developing their speech or kind of doing some pre-speech development type of things. So here are some really great flashcards. These are called Baby's Very First Flashcards, and there's a couple of different categories. These are toys. So they're kind of foam on the inside, if you can see. So there's a little bit of give to them, but they're super sturdy. I mean, you could bend them, don't get me wrong, but I mean, they're pretty sturdy, and the colors are really contrasting, so visually they're going to be appealing to kiddos. So we've got bunny, dog. So yeah, so there's just a handful of these cards. I love these with kiddos that just want to hold on to something. So they want to hold on to something and look. And you can, of course, do hand over hand and point to the different things that they're looking at on these cards. I really like these cards. My therapy kids really enjoy them. The next book that I want to talk about is called Animal Noises. And did you just hear my cat make noise in the background? I don't know if you could hear that in the video, but that's pretty ironic. But of course, so whenever you're talking about building communication and speech and words and vocabulary, you want to have a heavy emphasis on sounds. So this is a book about animal noises. And I really like that these pages are so simple. There's just one animal on each page. There's a lot of repetition with the animal sound. Oink, 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 says the pig. There is a sheep, it says ba, ba, ba. It just goes through several pretty common animals that kids are going to be familiar with, and they would hopefully enjoy hearing and imitating different animal sounds and eventually doing the animal sounds on their own and labeling the animals. So this is a really fun book for all of that. Okay, so this is one of our That's Not My books. This one is That's Not My Kitten. There are a lot of these books that are for different animals and things. There's That's Not My Kitten, That's Not My Puppy, That's Not My Hedgehog, That's Not My Owl, That's Not My Lion, That's Not My Elephant, That's Not My Duck. I mean, there's a million of these for animals, and then there's also some that are geared towards specific special interests, like That's Not My Pirate, That's Not My Train, That's Not My Truck. So these are the touchy-feely books. So each page has something textured on there to kind of get the kiddo interested in what's going on. You can also start just exposing the kiddos to describing words. So that's not my kitten. Its nose is too smooth. So there's things like that on every page. There's my cat again. So that's not my kitten, its paws are too rough. You can also talk about body parts with these books, which is really nice because you're talking about, you know, a lot of the things that are textured are body parts. So like paws or tummy or ears or nose or eyes in these books. So these books are really great. I also like them again because they're short, only about 5 pages. So you can really get through this book if you're working on extending attention span. You know, you get through this book pretty quickly if you need to, but also as their attention span kind of extends, you can extend this book as well to include some more different concepts. So big fan of the That's Not My books. This is Baby's Very First Touchy-Feely Lift the Flap Playbook. That's a mouthful. And this book has different flaps and different textures. It has finger trails on here, a bunch of just really fun stuff. Again, there's a lot of emphasis on sounds on these books. So zoom, whoosh. Who's hiding? So there's some basic WH questions in here. Who lives here? Different flaps here again, different textures. Emphasis on sound, glug, 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 peekaboo. So lots of opportunity for you to emphasize sound and encourage imitation of those sounds. Ooh, I just fell out of this book. Okay, so yeah, just some more texture. There's a peek through, which is fun. And then really fun things for them to look at. You can point to the different objects. Oh, look, there's a star, there's the moon, there's a rocket, zoom. So you can go through this book. Again, not a ton of pages, so it's really good for those younger kiddos. All right, one more. This is Baby's Very First Slide and Sea, Under the Sea. We have several of these books. One that talks about farm animals, and this one talks about under the sea, so sea animals. But this is really great for kiddos. Instead of there being flaps, there are these little things that are within the book that you can move around. So this might be a really good option for kiddos that might kind of be a little rough with the flaps, if you know what I mean. I know that I have several books that have the flaps taped back in there because somebody got a little bit excited and just ripped it straight off. But these are really great. Again, there's emphasis on sounds. So there's glop glop, wibble wobble. Lots of emphasis on sounds. Really cool. They get to move it up and down, up and down. You can talk about all of that. You can talk about different animals. Oh, look, you know, there's the fish. You can have them point to different things for some more receptive things. You know, you can say, where's the crab? Oh, there he is. There's the crab. Where's the fish? There's the fish. Do some hand over hand with that. And then, you know, penguins, there's finger trails on here. Just a lot of really fun stuff for them to move around. So that is it on this one, and thanks so much, guys.